Here is Tim Kennedy and Rogan blaming the defund the police movement and the overall emasculation of police for the poor performance of the Uvalde Police Department. Love that, dude. Tim Kennedy. Holy
that's missing about the police is that the police don't train the way special operations train.
Wrong! The police literally got school training. They did. They got it. And they still didn't follow through with it. Shut the fuck up. You're wrong. You're wrong. You teenage mutant ninja turtle.
But yet they're in
Donatello looking motherfucker over here, bro. God damn it, dude. Wrong. We're 9 seconds in. It's so wrong.
Involved in combat scenarios on a regular basis.
Yeah, so what we're experiencing right now is a byproduct of what society has forced police to become. You know, they're
Joe Rogan is not ACAB, okay? He is pro-cap. He literally is like, he wants to suck every cop to completion, okay? Straight up. And he's always been this way, but because he has to be like an edgy libertarian guy, I'm so edgy, I'm so libertarian. Actually, like, bro, he just can't. He can't, like, he's trying to establish a position where he's like, he's an outsider, but like, he straight up isn't. He's always sucked off hero cops.
Demonizing military training for law enforcement. And then obviously we just experienced defund the police and nearly every...
Yeah, unfortunately, Uvalde only got, what do you call it? Uvalde only got 45% of the entire city budget. And because of that, because they only got 45% of the city budget, it wasn't enough. They needed to get 100% of the city budget. So, yeah, that's why. Cops have never been defunded, dude. Shut the up, okay? They still spend, the LAPD still spends $8 million a day. Okay, their budget's like $2 billion. Shut the up.
Large city has seen a crazy rise in crime, and the ones
wrong, also wrong. No, these large cities have not seen a crazy rise in crime. Crime is now going back up to pre-pandemic levels, but that doesn't mean that crime across the board is higher than pre-pandemic levels. It's still lower than pre-pandemic levels, so that's not true.
Is it these large cities that defunded their police, to include Austin? You know,
every single thing that he said is wrong. Like, literally, just, it's been how many seconds? 36 seconds. There were multiple facts that both Joe put out there and Tim Kennedy put out there, and every single fucking sentence that they put out has been fundamentally wrong. But it doesn't matter. This is how fucking good misinformation is, especially if it corresponds to your fucking preconceived biases, especially if it has a pro-capitalist slant, especially if it has a pro-police slant. Perfect example of this. This is complete fabrications being spread so much that it has this level of staying power in supposedly independent media. How dare you? I thought you were independent media. I thought you were a skeptic. What happened? Why do you sound like the fucking local news station? Look at the actual statistics, you fucking dildos. Oh my God.
We've never seen homicides like this. You know, getting the Chicagos and the Bostons. You're just like, holy, this is so scary. And how does it make any sense that I'm going to provide this group that I want to protect us with less training and less funding, but then...
Wrong and wrong, double wrong. There's no fucking less training. There's no fucking less funding. Once again, police are still absolutely getting the lion's share of the fucking funds in every fucking city and state that they're in. It's bullshit, dude. 40%, boys. 40 fucking % of the entire city's budget they got. Suck my dick, dude. Oh my God, I thought Hasan would love Joe Rogan. There was a time and place when I did love Joe Rogan. That time and place is fucking gone by, okay? And there are still instances where he has like one little fucking shining beacon down there in that fucking hard, crusty turtle exterior, where I get excited and think maybe he can be saved. But he's such a rich piece of shit now, dude. So incredibly fucking out of touch.
Still want them to be a better product to be able to protect us. And then the people that they're protecting, I'm going to disarm. So the people coming to save them are untrained and unprepared.
The people protecting are disarmed? What the fuck? What the fuck? What police have been disarmed in this country? What police has been disarmed in this country, dude? This motherfucker unironically is making the argument. He's like, no, they need javelins. Like, why don't they have fucking javelins? Like, why are you disarming the police? They should have rocket-propelled grenades. Like, they pulled up with fucking MRAPs. They They had shields. They have ballistic shields. They're fucking armed to the gills. What the fuck?
It's creating this disastrous situation.
So what do you think is the roadblock for, I mean, obviously what you're saying in terms of with law enforcement is it's common sense. So why is it so hard to get something implemented like a rigorous training course?
I think it's ignorance. I think the first thing is society, culture right now. We've been emasculating the law enforcement for a while. You know,
Yeah, dude, cops are fucking emasculated. That's why they can't like go in and you know, apprehend a fucking school. Yeah, that's so sick, dude. What an incredible fucking take, dude. Oh my fucking God. Yeah, we bimbified the cops, bro. Oh my God, dude. It's just because like, oh fuck, dude. I was gonna go in and fucking unload into this sick freak, but fuck, I'm so emasculated right now, dude. Like fucking, I'm so terrified of being toxically masculine to this fucking school. I think that's why I'm gonna stop myself from tactically apprehending him.
want a kinder, softer, gentler, you know, and I get...
Dude, shut the fuck up. That's not true. Cops are not fucking less brutal than they fucking were. That's so wrong, dude. What is he talking about? Yeah, officer, they, them. That's what, in his mind, that's what he's thinking.
They're dealing with mental health, and we can have specialists that can come in and deal with somebody having a mental health crisis. But we still need men and women that will run towards the sound of gunfire and know what to do.
Yeah.
And
wait, what? But dude, but like they're not doing that. The only time cops fucking unload is when they have no legitimate fear for their safety. That's the point. And that's not like, that hasn't changed. You know what I mean? That's not like a new thing. Okay. What the fuck? You always have to like arrive at these idiotic fucking takes, dude. He's talking about these yassified cops. Yeah. He's like, also nobody wants this, which is another hilarious thing. This is what you arrive at when you try to avoid the truth. If you try to avoid the truth of the matter, that cops do have a fucking tough job in a situation like this, in a mass shooting like this, and the media has totally lied about how they're supposed to fucking act. So we've set the expectation that like cops are constantly rushing into fucking gunfire when that's not the case. And they always just fucking shoot first, ask questions later in instances where they don't have a legitimate threat to their fucking safety. They're big cowboys then. Okay. But when there is a legitimate concern for their well-being, they actually don't fucking operate in that gung-ho way that they claim to be operating. Okay. They set these false expectations that they will never follow through on, okay? And that they shouldn't have to fucking follow through on, okay? That's my real perspective on this, okay? Don't fucking act like you're a goddamn hero if you're not supposed to be a goddamn hero. And you're not supposed to be a fucking goddamn hero, okay? We all love thinking about like these superhero style fucking individuals that are gonna solve these problems. But the real way to solve these problems are at the systemic level, okay? Cops shouldn't have the fear of God put in them because the person that they're apprehending in any circumstance must have a fucking gun or could potentially reasonably have a gun. You know how you solve that? By disarming the public to a certain reasonable degree, ensuring that only people who have demonstrated that they know how to safely fucking store guns and safely train with guns can have guns. Okay? That's one way to do it. You make it easier. You make it fucking easier for cops. How are criminals going to demonstrate that? Well, I mean, they're fucking criminals, brother. What do you mean? But you're also acting like everyone's a fucking criminal. Everyone's a criminal with a gun that wants to kill cops. Like, that's not the case. You're going along with the fucking narrative again. You're going along with the fucking weirdo narrative that pro-cop agitprop has created in this country, that like cops are constantly at a fear for their lives and safety and security. What the fuck? Like, no, that's not true. That's just not true. That is just false.
We don't right now. We have been weakening them, and we have been making them ill-equipped to respond to that. And then I think Uvalde is a great example of not properly trained with broken systems that are not ready to do the right thing. And we will have more of that unless we get them the right training and we get our schools to become hard targets, and then we go upstream to the origin, the genesis of these problems, which is mental health with the individual.
Dude, he like literally tried every fucking argument in the book before arriving at guns, which he will obviously never fucking say is a problem. That's crazy to me.
If we don't do those things, then it's never gonna be fixed.
I think everybody.
So what's all that policing just fell apart in the 18 months since BLM? No. Cops love not doing their fucking jobs, okay? Cops don't exactly have a great fucking track record with conviction rates or closed cases. They just know how to do cop work, which is arrest motherfuckers on the corner, okay? Arrest people, get overtime, eat hot chip, and don't get out of the fucking cop car in any other circumstance, unless there's like a black teenager who you don't want to really chase that hard, so you're going to shoot them down immediately. Like there has never been an instance where like cops have been fucking like, you know, detectives are just like killing the fucking crime rate by doing their job, and they're actually like constantly fucking solving crimes. Like that's not a real thing. That's just not a real thing.